Huge pets from the minigames in Pet Simulator 99 were a way to essentially bridge the gap for free-to-play players to be able to have a chance to get their very first huge pet in the Pet Simulator franchise. From the huge Poseidon Corgi to the huge Fire Horse to now the brand new huge Cyber Agony, Abyssal Axolotl, the list goes on. But the one huge pet that was completely swept under the radar from every single minigame was the huge colorful Wisp. And I think it's honestly the most underrated huge pet that you should be trying for. Today we're going to be going over all the chances for the huge colorful Wisp, as well as all of the best methods to get the actual huge, and we'll be going over all the cooldown timers and rebirth chests and what they actually mean. Also, it says that 84% of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to my channel, so if you don't mind, just hit the subscribe button if you find these videos helpful. It would mean so much to me, and it helps my channel out more than you could ever know, so I appreciate it if you do. Now, with that being said, let's take a look at the huge colorful Wisp, and let's just go over how many exist so far in Pet Simulator. For the huge colorful Wisp in the normal variant, there's 2,330 of them that exist. In the gold variant, there's 367 that exist, and finally in the rainbow variant there are 50 that exist. Now, as for shiny, these don't exist in any shiny form, as is true with all of the minigame huges in Pet Simulator 99, which in my opinion is actually really sad, and I do wish that there was even just a chance, a very tiny chance for these to become shiny. I think that would just be an overall W improvement to the game, to be able to give free-to-play players the chance to actually use the shiny relics outside of just the active huge hatching in the tech world. But without further ado, let's get into the chances. Again, a huge shout out to @copycat on Twitter for finding these chances out and giving us all of the mechanics of these minigame huges. So we know that the huge colorful Wisp comes from the rebirth chest, and the chances for the normal huge colorful Wisp are 1 in 250,000. That means every time you go up to a rebirth chest in any minigame, that can be from the classic obby all the way to the garden, you have a 1 in 250,000 chance to get the huge. That is incredibly easy, especially comparing it to the likes of the huge Chroma Lucky. 1 in 250,000 is literally 10 times easier than the normal huge Chroma Lucky. Now, the chances for the golden one are 1 in 2.5 million. This is on par with the huge Chroma Lucky. It's still pretty hard to get, which still makes it incredibly valuable. And lastly, the rainbow huge colorful Wisp is 1 in 25 million. Now, those numbers do seem quite insane, but there's one key thing that we need to look at, because although there isn't an enchant loadout strategy you guys can employ to get better chances of getting this huge, there is a way and a method to actually have a better shot of getting it, and that is by understanding the different rebirth chests. Now, to my knowledge, you have to be the rebirth level of the rebirth chest to be able to open it. Meaning if you're rebirth level 2, that means you cannot open a rebirth level 3 chest. But you may be asking me, what are the differences between the rebirth chests? And the differences are strictly in the amount of rolls that you get whenever you open the rebirth chest. Let's go ahead into the classic obby and I'll show you what I mean. And for those who don't know, the rebirth chest is to the right in the middle section of the classic obby, right over here, and this is just a rebirth 1 chest. We can see that the 3 huges are in this actual chest, and we get 3 rolls. Now, what does that actually mean? It means that we get 3 items from this chest, and yes, it's sadly one of the items can fall into the abyss, which is super sad. So try to be careful when you're opening this chest and opening any of the chests in the game. But 3 rolls means that we are rolling the 1 in 250,000 chance 3 times. The best way to think of it is like this. You have a 2% chance to get a huge from an exclusive egg. If you open up multiple of them, the chances of the huge don't increase, but you have a better shot of getting one because of the amount that you're opening, not because of the percentages or the luck. So when I go to open this and I get my 3 items, I get some 2 coin potion 2s and a treasure hunter 3. But now if you notice, there is a cooldown timer of 1 hour. So we're going to hit home here. I'm not even going to bother completing the rest of the game because you do not get a roll for the huge at the end of the mini games, which personally I disagree with. I think you should get another roll for the huge, because if you're doing the obstacle course, it incentivizes it. Because I mean, like, look at me. I'm already moving on to the next one just because I didn't get it from that one. And we're gonna move on to the jungle obby. Gotta do our parkour, you know, may as well just show Subway Surfers or something up here, because you know these obstacle courses and Subway Surfers are the way to keep audience retention. All right, for your second rebirth chest, this one is again a tier 1. There's a few ways you can go to it. You can either jump across from the main road to here, but that is a bit tricky. I like to just jump from this little ledge to this area here just because it's a safer, more consistent way to get here. If you jump off from here and if you miss, you go right back to the start. This is a Rebirth 1 chest, meaning we only get 3 rolls, and hey, we did get a legendary item, which it is pretty decent when it comes down to the loot you actually get from these mini games. Next one up is the Atlantis minigame. Also, a major tip for this area is make sure that you actually swim into the first ring to get this speed boost, because without it, you swim super slow. With a Rebirth 2 chest, we actually get 4 rolls for the huge here. So we're gonna pop this open, see if we get any luck, and sadly we don't. But notice how there is now a 2-hour timer for the Rebirth 2 chest. It seems that every single tier you go up, the cooldown timer goes up as well, as to avoid people just farming on multiple ult accounts, just trying to massively farm this really easy free to play huge pet. Now, just for context, the huge colorful wisp is not in the fishing area, and it is also not in the dig site area, but it is confirmed to be in the pyramid obstacle course. And in the pyramid obby, we have our second Rebirth 2 chest. Let's open it up, and no really good items, but we have so far rolled for this huge 14 times. That means we've had 14 chances out of the 1 in 250,000 chance to get this huge. Now, next up is probably my personal favorite, just because of how easy this is to actually access, and the fact that it's our first Rebirth 3 chest to be able to get the huge colorful wisp. We go over here, we hop over the icicles, and then we drop down onto this little area. And the most optimal path I've found is this one, where we just kind of hop over here. We lean a little bit to the left, just because it really is the shortest path. You're kind of jumping over the least amount of block, and then you're just going to jump up this path right here. You just hop up these little ledges, and now we have our first Rebirth 3 chest, which has 5 rolls for the huge. Now, the Rebirth 3 chest is super OP. We're going to open it up here, and sadly, there's no luck here. But now, if you notice, there is a link to what Rebirth it is equal to what cooldown it is. So Rebirth 1, it's every 1 hour. Rebirth 2, it's every 2. Rebirth 3, it's every 3 hours. If that makes sense, I mean, it's pretty 1-to-1. Now, this is probably the most underrated one, but the Flower Garden minigame actually has a Rebirth Tier 3 chest. I go to it as often as I can. As you can see here, 17 more minutes until I'm able to open it again, so I sadly can't open it for this video, but I literally just teleport to this whenever I'm in World 1, because I mean, dude, it's literally 2 feet from the door. Why would you not open this chest literally daily for an insane chance for the huge? Highly recommend it, even if you don't use this area for actually planting the flowers, at least every day, at least once a day, go to the Rebirth 3 chest. It's so worth it. 5 rolls for the huge, and some pretty insane items like royalty, overload, etc. That's just free. Those are just completely free rolls that all you have to do is walk 1 feet, hit E, and there you go, call it a day. Now, this is a major thing to point out. Surge active. This does affect the amount of rewards you get from a Rebirth activity. That is correct. That means if you go to one of the mini games with the Surge active, you get 10 extra rewards from that Rebirth chest. I've not personally rode Preston's cart ride minigame in quite some time. We're going to spawn this cart. We're going to hit forward, and we're going to slow it down 1, just because if you go too fast, it will knock you off. And again, you do want to be careful here, so I'm going to slow it down again. I'm going to stop the cart right here. And they did make this platform a lot bigger than it was earlier, but look at this. We have 60 rolls at this, and we're going to hit E, 60 chances. I don't even know all the items I got, but apparently they did fix it so that way no items fall off the ledge anymore. Even though it kind of looks like they fell off the ledge, they do actually clip up to you. But sadly, no luck here. But in 4 hours, I can try again for the 60 rolls at a Rebirth 4 chest. And the cart kind of disappeared, so it looks like I'm gonna have to run the rest of the way. All right, Preston, here I am. Here are the rewards. Let's just go ahead and hop down, grab our rewards. I haven't really played this one, but the only reason why I ran the rest of the way is because it is surge mode, so you never know what items you can get. And next, the loot is not bad to farm up. In my last video, I said I would give away 2 huge happy computers, and here are the winners for those 2 huge happy computers on screen right now. Let's go ahead and mailbox them over to you. Congratulations to you two. I hope you guys enjoyed the huge. And for my next giveaway, I'm going to be giving away not 1, not 2, but 3 Diamond 8 book enchants. That's right, 3 of the Diamond 8 book enchants, the strongest diamond enchant in the game. So if you guys haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button and like this video to be eligible for a chance to win, as well as comment your username down below. Give me some name suggestions for my Titanic Jelly Dragon. I still don't have a good one yet. And with that being said, those are all the current locations for the Rebirth chest in Pet Simulator 99. And the best method to try to get the huge colorful wisp is to go to the garden method pretty much every 3 hours or as often as you can, but also to look out for whichever mini game is in the surge active mode. That can be upwards of 50x bonus rolls, and if it hits the pressing cart ride with 50x, that is quite literally 300 bonus rolls for a huge that has a lowest chance of 1 in 250,000. That is crazy. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful, and let me know in the comments down below if you guys actually end up hatching a colorful wisp or you already have one. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Again, 84% of you guys aren't subscribed. I'd really appreciate it if you do. If you did watch it all the way through, it would mean the world to me. Be sure to like the video on your way out, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.